Hi. Today was going to be a rant video, as it always is on Mondays, regarding this exact subject. However, given an astounding amounts of annoyance I have encountered with an insurgency in the past 2 days alone, I have decided that this is both a far too complicated topic to attempt to properly articulate while playing a game, and one which required a lot more research and editing with a script to fully capture the sheer stupidity of this issue. No more mag dumping around the bush. I'm Six Snipes, and you're watching This Week in Sandstorm.
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty. You should have received something in the mail about your car's extended...
Let's talk about custom matches. Now, you like Insurgency Sandstorm, but you wish you could play it with your friends, and only your friends.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Sure, there's custom servers, but most of them make you download mods or have other players inside and are owned by other people. The connection might not be good, the rule set might break the game, and in cases like this, custom game rules implemented to make each match more tactical. Makes you vote with your team on whether or not to breach an objective, and if you go in beforehand, it just kicks you.
See, you're disrespecting a future US Army.
So really, it's very hard to find the exact server with the rules that you want, the maps you want, with the exact player slots that your party has, that's also empty and has good ping.
Hey, we all!
Honestly, it's impossible. So instead, you want to make your own custom matches and set it yourself. And so did I. Over the past week, I was approached by another YouTuber by the name of Conqueror's Digest, link in the description, to see if I wanted to participate in a friendly game of Insurgency. We decided on a best of 3 games set in 5v5 firefight. And to achieve this, rather than scouring the server lists for one which would host it, we said, well, I guess we'll just make a server to host it ourselves. Okay, buddy, so you want to make a server for you and your friends to play some Sandstorm. Well, I hope you know how to install 2015 and 2017 versions of Windows C++ redistributable. Install, unzip, navigate, and enter data into Steam CMD. Understand what a batch file is, make one, and by the way, get ready to edit shit with Notepad because that's evidently just the pinnacle of code writing software. Port forward both TCP and UDP. Port through your firewall, this is egregiously finicky. Understand and utilize /resolve command arguments, and generate, register, and authenticate a game stats token for good measure because you want to enable XP gain and have ranks and cosmetics visible on your server. And that's all according to the official instructions posted by New World Interactive on their website. And that's just to get a server running to the point where it's the most vanilla default instance which map votes through literally every single PvP and PvE mode and map available. Don't even ask about the loopy shit that they make you enter off a laundry list of different modes, much less if you want to have something off that list, and we haven't even gotten to mods yet. Now, looking at all of those instructions, I pose one question. Do you feel capable of doing this? Yes? What about, and if you followed the tutorial, which you are free to take a look at in the description below and the video popping up at the top left explaining exactly how this is done, you still do not have your server. Why? The day of the competition, Conqueror's Digest's team of like 3 or 4 guys started to work on a server to run a good 5 hours before we were scheduled to start. For redundancy's sake, I started working on a server with my dad shortly before they did. And by worked, I mean my dad did like most of the work because his job is computers, and I sort of played button monkey, entering values that have no significant meaning into a system and learned a surface level understanding of how virtual systems work, and I had to remotely log into one. Quiz time, baby! Now, hours later, when the competition started, was it the case that A, Conqueror's Digest's team has a running server for us to play on? B, me and my dad had a running server to play on? Or C, we both had a server up and running available for use in the game? If you answered literally any of those, you'd be f***ing wrong. Hours into the process, 2 entirely separate parties were completely incapable of using this guide to make a server. My dad's job is troubleshooting problems with servers. He does that for a living. Do you see a problem with the system in place for creating custom matches in Insurgency Sandstorm? From my research and diving into the comments, these instructions they give you, if followed to the letter, mean nothing, based off of anything between your firewall settings, router model and age, if you do it the way he does and put your start.bat file in 2 lines for some reason, if you copied and pasted the command that they used because, let's face it, you're not typing this shit, and don't understand enough enough about valid syntax to realize that this isn't a valid character, or better yet, know but missed it because you expect competent work from people whose job it is to make this game and gave you this tutorial. Not to mention all the shit me and my friends encountered personally, like the server not showing up, manually finding the server IP as a workaround and getting timed out. They got farther than me, and evidently even loaded into theirs, which was a miracle, but no player data and they couldn't use their cosmetics. Other people say they're getting kicked because of anti-cheat, ports don't make sense. The whole entire thing is the biggest shit show on the web since Y2K. The comment section of the video alone is plagued with people giving corrections to the basic mistakes cited in the guide, people suggesting way better options behind getting this done, people who followed the instructions to a T and didn't get results because they weren't in the last two groups. Not to mention, scroll down and the number one first comment you will see is someone asking the obvious question of, why can't this be easier? And you really think it can't be done? Watch this shit. Having not played this game, what the hell is this? Having not played this game for I don't know how many, is that a fidget? That's not a fidget spinner. It's not a fidget spinner. Having not played this game in I don't know how many months/years, it's easily over a year. Let's see how long it takes me to be able to open a custom match. Battle Pass, view more, challenges, boosters, training grounds, play. Okay, so play, custom game, ooh, create online, and we'll just say a quick match secure area and create as a player. Now, you may call me a madman for this, but I ask, why would you make me do all of this? You think such a feature has something to do with the amount of resources the devs have? Maybe they don't have the funding or the time to make this an option after all. Rainbow Six is a way bigger game.
Are you serious?
The comments in the video that they have the tutorial in are smart enough to point out that a smaller developer and a smaller game, 0 Hour, even in the same genre, has this as a feature. You could invite anyone you wanted on Xbox Live to 1v1 you on Rust in fucking 2009, and you're gonna tell me this shit's difficult. I understand if all of this dedicated server stuff is necessary to run custom maps or ISMC. More power to them, they probably need it. 90% of the people who want custom games are just trying to play with only friends or some sort of comp game with no mutated modes, no mods, nothing except for the game and the content that's already on their system, but are expected to know as much about Sandstorm and its inner workings as modders and IT techs. I am not the most tech-savvy individual on the face of the planet. I cannot imagine that 90% is particularly either. Every other game I can think of allows client-hosted match instances at the click of a button and the ability to invite friends into private lobbies. So what exactly is the problem with Sandstorm? What is the reason that there is not a feature in a game which has been out since 2019? I have seen this exact complaint countless times on the Reddit and in reviews. I never really gave it a significant amount of regard until I tried making a server myself. The process is clunky, unreliable, and to top it all off, the instructions provided are in multiple places empirically incorrect. The fact that I can say that with no degree of uncertainty, knowing virtually nothing in regards to servers, code, or game development speaks volumes. Playing with just friends is really fun, and opens up plenty of options for custom games and shenaniganery that better the experience of any title. We ended up having to go through multiple servers before we found a 5v5 push setting with matches that went on for way too long and no option for a competitive mode like Firefight. I don't see why it is necessary to spend hours upon hours staring at lines of code that mean nothing to the average person and watching the same 6-minute and 54-second tutorial questioning what it is you did wrong to figure out how to do just that. It is my hope that in the soonest available opportunity, locally hosted or peer-to-peer connected matches without the need for a third-party or self-mated server being necessary in the equation are added. In a 3-year-old game on the market in the 2020s, I do not think that is an incredible feature to ask for. I am Six Snipes, I am very frustrated, I have no functioning server to play on, and this has been your week in Sandstorm.
It was truly more sus than a character from Among Us.